If your idea of abundance mindset is having you feel stressed, pressured, guilty, embarrassed, afraid, it's not abundance mindset, my friend. True story. Had a conversation with a woman a few weeks ago, broke my heart. She's an entrepreneur, has been an entrepreneur for a long time. And for lots of reasons, her income in the past 5 months has plummeted. She was beginning to feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to make the money to pay our bills? She had the thought, maybe I should go get a job, part-time or full-time, just so that I know I can pay my bills and weather this storm. Yet she was part of a group, a community where there was lots of talk about thinking abundantly and developing an abundance mindset. And because, and this is a direct quote, she said, I didn't want to not have an abundance mindset. I didn't do that. I just kept thinking that things would turn around. I just kept working harder in my business, trying to make things turn around. And the more she did that, the more stress she felt, the more pressure she felt, the more afraid she felt. And yet, at the same time, the more guilt and shame she felt because the story she was telling herself was, I don't have an abundance mindset, or my abundance mindset isn't good enough. And now she's at the point where literally she doesn't know if she's going to be able to pay her mortgage. This pisses me off when we use this idea of abundance mindset to avoid, deny, not have to deal with the real scarcity that we will all experience at some time. When her income plummeted 50%, but her bills didn't, she was literally and very concretely in an experience of scarcity. She did not have enough income to pay her bills. What abundance mindset, true abundance mindset, allows us to do, empowers us to do, is to be able to respond to actual scarcity from an empowered place. Using my new definition of abundance, the knowing that we're part of something bigger than us and our individual perceptions, our individual efforts, our individual lives, and in that we have access to all that we need. True abundance mindset recognizes that the idea, the impulse to go get a job to take the pressure off is part of abundance mindset. It's part of the trusting something bigger. True abundance mindset recognizes that getting a job, like that job, is abundance. That's one of the resources available to her, to you, to me. Abundance mindset is not positive thinking. Abundance mindset, if it has you think you can't, well, I can't talk about debt, or I can't talk about my plummeting income, or I can't talk about how I'm afraid or scared or feeling pressure around money. Again, that is not abundance mindset. That is just a more cleverly disguised form of scarcity mindset. And the bottom line reason why you know that's true is because it leaves you feeling not enough. I wasn't thinking abundantly enough. And somehow it has you begin to start to think that it's your fault that this is going on. That's what was happening for that woman. She was starting to think it was her fault. She did it wrong. If she had thought more abundantly and all of that, then she wouldn't be experiencing the challenges in her business. That is not abundance mindset, my friend. It's why we need to have a new definition that reminds us that abundance is not about getting certain results. It's not about having a great income or making a lot of money. Abundance is an experience that comes from knowing and then trusting there's something bigger going on than what we can see, than what we can make happen ourselves, that we're part of something bigger. We're participating in an ecosystem of abundance designed by the source of all life and abundance, the one who created this universe. And the more we can trust in that, open to that, participate in that, then we can begin to trust that we have access to what we need. We can start to trust the guidance we get from within. We can recognize that getting a job to bring in the income that allows you to pay your bills is not scarcity. That, my friends, is abundance. It's one avenue that's available to have the resources that you need. Whatever it is, if you're trying to practice an abundance mindset, has you feel deficient, like I'm not doing it good enough in a way, if it's your skill level is determined by how much money you're making and stuff like that, or if it's winding up having you feel guilty, stupid, pressured, afraid, ashamed, it's not abundance mindset, my friend. Abundance mindset is returning to the truth that you and I are part of something bigger than us. The question we have to ask is, how do we trust it? How do we open ourselves to it? How do we utilize what's available to us to support our true needs and desires, and also to be able to participate and in the something bigger by sharing what we receive with others in a way that supports their needs and desires. If this is a head tilt for you, if you've been thinking abundance mindset is all that positive thinking, and you're like, I can't talk about scarcity, I don't want anybody to know I have debt, like that's scarcity mindset, I don't want to do that, then we need to talk. Reach out and connect with me. Let's get you participating in, trusting in this new definition of abundance that is built on the foundation that you are enough, my friend. It's not your fault. And what you need is available to you. If you can only learn to recognize it, access it, utilize it well. And I can't promise that's what's available to you is always what you want, but what you need is always available. Can you trust that? Can you open yourself to that? And if you can't, again, let's talk.